We're currently on the countdown as Paralives will be coming into early access on Steam for both PC and Mac on December 8th. So they have finally given us the specs for the game. So I know people have been asking forever, is my PC or Mac going to be able to run the new game? So they gave the specs. They have a minimum and then they have a recommended. I, just for me personally, think you should always shoot for recommended if you can, because that's probably going to be the smoothest gameplay. A lot of times when people note having like lag or bugs or other issues with other games, whether they're life simulation games or just games in general, I think it's because they barely meet the minimum specs. I'm a Windows user myself, so I'm going to focus on the Windows specs. So for Windows, they recommend that you're on operating system Windows 11. Now Windows 10 has stopped being supported, so that kind of makes sense. For the processor, they recommend an Intel Core i5 or an AMD Ryzen 5 with at least 3 GHz. For memory, 16 GB of RAM, graphics, an RX 2060 and RX 7600 XT. They want you on DirectX version 11 and at least have 8 gigs of available storage space. Now, to me, I don't think that's super unreasonable. I think that's pretty common for most games. I don't think there was anything like super crazy to my knowledge. Now, just to compare that to The Sims 4, which I know we're not trying to compare Paralives to The Sims, but just for a point of reference, The Sims 4 required specs is also an Intel Core i5 or faster and AMD Ryzen 5 or better. They want 8 gigs of RAM, which this one's asking for 16, so this one is a little bit more RAM heavy. On the hard drive, they want 51 gigs of free space, whereas Paralives only want you to have 8 gigs. And then for the graphics card for The Sims 4, they're recommending an GXT 650 or an AMD Radeon HD 7750. Now keep in mind that The Sims 4 also came out in 2014, so obviously things have changed over the years. And The Sims 4 has a lot of DLC currently out, so these minimum specs were relevant back when the game was new. But just for point of reference for those who like to compare and contrast. And of course, this is when Windows 10 was relevant for The Sims 4. So what do you think of these requirements? Do you think they're too lofty? And do you think it's reasonable? The requirements are definitely lower than what Enjoy is asking people to have for their computers. So I'm glad it's not as strenuous on the PC, but let me know what you think.